Can you see the icon of recording?
Yes, sir.
Because I can't see it. Okay, there is a cardboard and the photograph is stuck. On the cardboard, Shirley Toulson is seeing that there are two girl cousins and actually there were three of them. They went paddling in the water, each one holding one of my mother's hands. And she, the big girl, some 12 years or so. So she, my mother, she was 12 years at that time, and all three stood still to smile through their hair. Actually, the hair was fluttering in the wind. All three stood still. Can anybody tell me the figure of speech out here in this line?
Alliteration.
How? Beta Tanishka, tell me.
Because stood still start with the same letter S.
Yes, stood still, smile. This is alliteration. You have done it in class 10th also. And first consonants are being repeated. All three stood still to smile. Do you all know what is alliteration? Do you
Yes,
know what
ma'am.
it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, alliteration is repetition of consonant sounds. At the uncle with the camera. So they were smiling towards the camera because uncle was actually clicking a photograph. The person who clicks the photo is not known as a photographer. He is known as a photographer. Okay? Photographer. A sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born. So her mother at that time was 12 and she had a very sweet face. And 1 minute, children, many people are entering. So, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Can anybody tell me the meaning of the word transient?
Lasting
Ma'am,
for
short period
short
of
time.
time.
That is, it is not
Comparison.
permanent. It is not permanent. Can you tell me the figure of speech out here?
Alliteration.
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 The terribly transient. T, T, T. Any other figure of speech you found here? I must have missed out any figure of speech. Any figure of speech out here?
Ma'am, metaphor.
Where is it, beta?
Ma'am, terribly transient feat. Ma'am, like feat has been compared to a terrible.
This is actually transfer epithet. First, first tell me what you told me. The meaning of the word transient is it is not permanent, it's temporary. What does this line mean? And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. There is a this thing comparison.
मैम बीच पे जैसे वो होती है सैंड होती है उस पे हमारे फीट का फुटप्रिंट आ जाता है वैसे ही.
और कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं आप? Anything else, beta?
No, ma'am.
See, here we have the sea and here we have the feet. The sea is nature. The nature changes very less. And the sea, which appears to have changed less. If there is a natural disaster, then only you will find a lot of change. Otherwise, after 20 years of this thing, if you go...
Your voice is cracked.
Yes, beta Anish? Priyam, what you want to say, beta?
Ma'am, your voice is cracked.
My voice is cracking, Priyam.
No, ma'am.
So, beta Anish, you check your net, beta. Okay, so what happens is the sea, which appears to have changed less. I told you the nature changes very less. If you go after 20 years also, you will find that the sea is same. Only thing it people have made it more dirty, but washed their terribly transient feet. The feet is it's not permanent. A child is born, the baby is having small legs, small feet, and the baby starts growing and the legs also start growing. So it is not permanent. Understood, beta? So there is a, now some 20, 30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. So 20 and 30 years later, 1 minute there, beta, some. Sorry, children, municipal van had come and it, you know how noise it creates. Okay, so what happened is after 20 or 30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. Anish, can you tell me what is the meaning of the word snapshot?
Ma'am, don't know.
Yes, beta?
Ma'am, don't know.
Don't know. Anybody can try.
Ma'am, what?
Picture.
Snapshot. So after 30 years, after 20 years, after 30 years, the daughter would look at the snapshot or the mother would look at the snapshot.
Ma'am, picture.
It tells about the picture.
ये देखो कार्डबोर्ड, ठीक है ना, कार्डबोर्ड. और ये देखो क्या है ये कार्डबोर्ड. What is this cardboard? Tell me. Tell me.
Photograph.
Photograph. Only thing is use your head, beta. Some 20, 30 years later, she would, now this apostrophe D, you can use it as had or would. Okay? She would laugh at the snapshot. That is the photograph. See Betty and Dolly. See Betty and Dolly. See them. She would say, and look how they dressed us up for the beach. So when you have, how many of you have been to a sea beach? How many of you?
Ma'am,
Just show me, Anish. Anish.
Ma'am, me.
Yes, Priyam has been to a. Yes, anybody else?
Ma'am, I also. Ma'am, me also, Prateek.
Prateek, okay. And now Prateek, you tell me, where did you go?
Ma'am, it was the island. I don't know the name of the island.
You had gone to an island.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay. I think so. That island is Andaman Nicobar Islands. Yes.
no, ma'am. It was in the south of India. It was in the south of India, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Okay, where have you been, Anish?
Ma'am, Goa and Mumbai.
Goa.
Yes.
Okay. Priyam, you have also been to a hill station. Now, when you go a hill station, or sorry, I'm saying a sea beach. When you go to a sea beach, how do you dress up? How do you dress up?